and to give you kind of a general overview of how to use Retin-A on your body so that you get more collagen stimulation, so you get tighter skin, brighter skin, healthier looking skin all over, because everywhere you have skin. So a lot of people just use it on the face, or I've even seen people just spot treat with it, and that's not how Retin-A is really meant to be used. Hello beautiful, thank you so much for being here. I am Cody, the founder of Montarbo Skincare, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin. And if you are new, welcome. I appreciate you being here. If you love this info, please subscribe. So today I am going to talk all about how you can use Retin-A on other parts of your body. So this is a video that I've been wanting to create for a while, but on my Instagram I asked, can you use, like Retin-A on your neck or retinol, and there was a lot of feedback and a lot of response to that, and if you're not on my Instagram, you can click the link below to follow me, because I do ask a lot of questions to kind of think of future videos. I'm not watching these videos, so I appreciate you guys giving me the ideas so that we create these videos together, and that I'm creating content that, that you want to learn, not that I'm just kind of like creating videos for to create videos. Right, so I'm gonna do this in two different videos because retinol and Retin-A are different in the way that they react into the skin. And if you do want me to go into great detail of why I am kind of more interested in using retinol and recommending everybody to use retinol, please do let me know. Just a lot of the research I've been reading for like the last year and studying a lot of information, it's quite interesting because everybody is like using Retin-A. So if you're using Retin-A now, that's great. That's what this video is for, to show you and to teach you how to use it on other parts of the body. As you know, Retin-A can be kind of irritating on the skin. It causes a lot of inflammation and some redness and some flaking. So typically that's pretty normal, depends on the percentage that you're using. And always know that when you're getting Retin-A, if you're under the care of a provider, they're here to guide you and push you and to make sure that you're on the right percentage. That's really important. A lot of people want to just be on 0.1%, and there's a time and place for all of these percentages. There's a time and place for all of these ingredients. So you just always want to know that you don't just need to always go to the strongest one, and there is a reason why we build people up. Even in our office, we have a lot of people, most people, just using our retinol. And then when it's the right candidate, they'll use the Retin-A. If their skin, there's a whole bunch that goes into why we would recommend that somebody's just on Retin-A. So we don't just say everybody should be using Retin-A. That's not what we do. Good, I think providers know that too. So anyway, I've already went off too much on a tangent. But anyway, so what I want to do today is to actually show you, and we're going to use a brand in our office called the Perfect A, but you can use whatever you have now from your provider. I can't tell you, I'm going to share in this video like what we recommend to our clients, but at the end of the day, it's your skin. You need to seek out your professional and ask their guidance, and I'm going to just do the best I can to give you kind of a general overview of how to use Retin-A on your body so that you get more collagen stimulation, so you get tighter skin, brighter skin, healthier looking skin all over, because everywhere you have skin. So a lot of people just use it on the face, or I've even seen people just spot treat with it, and that's not how Retin-A is really meant to be used. So if you're using on the face, it's meant to be used all over the face, and then you can use a little bit more in the areas that you're really trying to work on. So if you're using it on the body or want to use it on the body, first and foremost, you need to know that when you use it on the neck, it can be terrible, meaning that it can be very irritating because there's not the same oil follicles on the neck as there are on the face. So the skin is a bit more sensitive, the skin is a little bit more thinner, so you just want to be cautious and kind of ease your way into this. And a way that we get around this is to moisturize your neck area first and then use the Retin-A, or to use the Retin-A and then moisturize after, as long as the Retin-A has been on your skin for 15 to 20 minutes. How sensitive you are depends on kind of like your ultimate goal. I've been trained that you need to use Retin-A on your face, your neck, your chest, your hands, your arms, wherever you can, wherever you want more stimulation and just more healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin, that's where you would use it. So now, I do want to talk about in another video on how to do this with retinol, if retinol is all that you have, so that if you don't have Retin-A, you're not like thinking, oh my god, now I need Retin-A. You don't, girl. The thing about Retin-A, vitamin A in general, is that it can really help with crepiness, but you need to use it for a long period of time. If you want to use it on your hands because your hands have sun damage, or they are, getting brown, or they are just looking crepey, the first warning I have to tell you is because if you use it on your hand, you might forget that you've been using it on your hands. So if you wash your hands a lot, you're going to experience a lot more dryness or irritation. So you just want to be mindful and more aware that, oh, I'm using on my hands, not to overly wash my hands with very hot water. So you have to like figure out also, if you put your hands in your pockets a lot and your jeans are really tight and you're using Retin-A on your hands, you can cause a lot of irritation and even a rash, which I have done. So what you're gonna do is I would recommend a little, maybe a pea-sized amount on both sides of your hands, and you're just going to take it and put it in the hand like this, on the hand like this, and then you're just going to rub it. And I would recommend that you do this last in your step. So if you did your whole face, this is the last thing you do before bed. Make sure that this completely soaks in for 15 minutes. So you just want to rub it in like this, kind of like a paste, like it's a little bit of a white cast to it. I don't know if you can see that. I know this light is a little ridiculous. And then I do get above the knuckles and above here, because why would you want to just treat the hands and then your fingers are all pruny? So I treat here, not the knuckles necessarily, because the knuckles usually aren't. You don't usually throw too much age on the knuckles, but if you wanted to even do that, you could just put it all over the whole hand like this, but mostly on the back of the hand like this. And what you would do is you do this on both sides, and you would try to see how your skin does at least 3 times a week. I know people that use it 5 to 7 nights a week. Is it necessary? Not necessarily, but if your skin can tolerate it, then by all means, but you're gonna have to figure that out. That's what you and your professional really try to figure out together, is how much you should be using, the percentage you should be using, and when to back off of it. Retin-A is not meant to be like a product that's just used indefinitely all the time. I know some of you are doing that, but that's not really what it was intended for or why it's really created. Like, that's what retinol is for. Right, so then if you want to use it on the back of your hand because you have some sun damage, know that also just be mindful of all, you know, sun and sensitivity from the sun and stuff. But you can definitely use it on your forearm here. And on this area, I recommend at least 2 pea-sized amounts to 3, and so that you can really kind of get a good amount and absorption into this area. And you're just going to kind of rub it in, you know, not too long, about maybe, you know, 15-20 seconds. And I would recommend that you get whatever's left over on your fingers underneath too, so that everything is kind of being treated. I'm gonna warn you, you know, when you use it on the body, sometimes it can be really, you know, more irritating to yourself because of the things that you're gonna do during the day that you're not gonna be aware of. Like, for instance, a sweater, if it has wool in it or polyester, that's gonna be rubbing on your skin. Usually you don't have that on your face, and that's what's gonna cause like the irritation. So you do want to moisturize the next day when you kind of wake up or you shower or whatever. You want to kind of treat this area with a little bit of moisture. If you're like hardcore, then don't, but you will go through a little bit of a transformation. And when you start to build the collagen and help with the crepiness on your body, that doesn't happen right away. It takes a while, and so often I hear feedback of people saying, oh, the Retin-A made me look worse, I look older, I look more, you know, aged, and that's normal. That's a normal sign of it working below the surface of the skin, and you don't always need it to be flaking and peeling and red and gross for it to be working. That's why you can be on a lower percentage and actually slowly feed that into your skin and have just the same result as if you were using a 1%, where you would get super irritated and then you back off and then you don't use it and then you're not consistent. So it's more about like using the right percentage, easing into it, working into it, kind of like I've always said, like a workout, like a diet, right? Not a crash course. And learning to like be a little bit more realistic about how things work in the skin and how long they take to work, so that you're not just thinking, oh, if I always use the highest percentage, if I always do the most aggressive approach, then I'm gonna get the best results overnight. But the damage didn't get there overnight. The results aren't gonna happen overnight. And regardless if it's a prescription or if it's a skincare product from my line or any line, skincare can only do so much, even a prescription. So you need to be realistic. It can't undo like 40 years of damage that has been, you know, not treated with sunscreen or nutrients or vitamin C or anything. So you guys all gotta kind of like just bring it down a little bit. I love you, I love you, I love you. But some of you are getting a little crazy with like this idea that you need always the most aggressive approach for the best and quickest results. And that's how usually people actually end up in a lot of trouble, is they're using way too many products, they're using way too many high percentages. Like we've seen recently some people coming in with 30% vitamin C serum. I'm like, why? You know, at a certain percentage, it really isn't working anymore. You're just causing irritation. So now if you're going to use it on the neck, what I recommend is you ease into the neck. So do your face, do your hands, do whatever. And then when you're doing the neck, you're probably going to try to do it every 2 days just to see. Like even when I do I'm not using Retin-A right now, by the way, because I'm testing my theory about the retinol. So I've been just only using my retinol, and I'm going to show you in a video coming out right after this on what I've been currently using on my skin to kind of just get it back on track. But let's say I'm going to use this on my neck, and every time I've used Retin-A on my neck, I get irritated. I would say just one pea-sized amount for now. If you're very sensitive, if your skin is really dry, if it's really just a sensitive type of neck and you always get kind of irritation and itchiness, then moisturize your skin first about 5 minutes before, and then you're going to do the Retin-A. And I just put both hands like this, and then I just kind of rub it in like this. Now with the neck, I'm not going to rub it in too much, but I want to get behind the ears, actually get on the ears, and then get it all the way down. And then if you're doing your décolleté area down here, like your chest, then you're gonna do another pump. Now, some doctors will say, and I'm not a doctor, but some doctors will say do that every night and your skin will get crazy. But here's the thing, I would say you need to treat one area at a time. So if you're new to Retin-A, don't start off doing your whole body all at once like this. You wanna just do either the face and run through that and then do a little bit in other areas. Or you do the chest really aggressively and you're lighter on the face, or you're kind of a little more aggressive on the neck and then you're lighter everywhere else. You don't want to just go full steam ahead in every area of your body, because that's too much irritation and inflammation that's going to occur, and you're not going to push through because you're going to be itching when you're going to bed and scratching and everything. So kind of choose one area at a time that you're going to be a little bit more aggressive with. Does that make sense? And then kind of ease your way into kind of slowly introducing this active agent, which is an acidic vitamin or nutrient or an ingredient into your skin slowly over time. And then if you get irritation, you can use like the Aveeno moisturizer. I'll leave a link to that below this video, the review I did of the Aveeno moisturizer. That's really great. You could use some Aquaphor or some petroleum jelly. If you feel extremely irritated, you could even do maybe some oil, like maybe some extra virgin olive oil, rosehip oil, or some type of oil that you love and you resonate with. And then sometimes we do recommend, it just depends. I'm not recommending it to you, but to some of our clients we recommend using a mild steroid briefly for like a day or two, just to kind of calm down any irritation. But one of the best tricks you can use for itchiness on the body through irritation from irritation from Retin-A is ice cubes. It's amazing. Like you just rub the ice cubes like on the neck if you're getting irritated there, or on the face. Typically you won't get too irritated on the forearm and the hands unless you're super sensitive, or you're living in a very cold climate or dry climate, or you're doing something that you're not aware of that's causing this area to be more dried out or more sensitive or more irritated through your typical kind of lifestyle. All right, I went on and on today. If you love this kind of videos, please let me know. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them below, but I'm gonna direct you to ask your provider what they recommend. Say, even if you say, oh, I see this guy on YouTube and he said, you know, put it on the neck, and they say don't, then follow their advice. You know, don't just follow my advice. But it is skin, and you do want to treat it, because I see a lot of people that their face is not too bad, and then their neck and their décolleté is just like, what happened, girl? She wasn't invited to the skincare party. So you want to just use it in these areas, but be a little bit more cautious, but definitely use it. Like I said, moisturize before maybe, or put on the Retin-A, let it soak in 15-20 minutes up to half hour, and then moisturize after, play around, and just be cautious of everything you do in the shower, your scrubbing, your exfoliation, you know, Clarisonics, all of that stuff when you're using Retin-A can cause a possible irritation or a possible allergic reaction, or more importantly, it'll make you be irritated and then you won't stick with it. And sometimes when you're using more aggressive agents like Retin-A or vitamin A, you can just kind of go through that pain and the process of that pain of like feeling irritated and thinking, oh God, I don't know if I want to keep going. But if you get over that hump, on the other side of that hump is definitely tighter, brighter, and more healthy looking skin. So I love you guys. If you love this info, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon in a new video. Bye-bye.